This is Gist Synopsis, and today we'll be reviewing a book titled The Subtle Act of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. My first encounter with this book was when you brought it home, right? From
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
That
I
was
can.
about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
so
was like,
true.
yes, I got to get my hands. I got to read this book,
It's
and
it's a great
it's
book.
a great book.
Yes,
Yeah.
and of course we'll be reviewing this book from chapter one, and we'll be sharing with you guys three important life lessons we've learned from this book. And please endeavor to watch this video to the end. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's go.
So, chapter one,
Yeah,
it titles
don't try.
Don't Try.
Mm.
Mark Manson spoke about a particular guy. His name is Charles. He was an alcoholic, a womanizer, he was a deadbeat, basically, right?
Yeah.
And he was a fantastic writer. His works were rejected virtually everywhere. He would take them to newspapers, to magazines, to radio,
It
to
was a
television.
good writer,
Yes,
an exceptionally good one.
yes.
So when he was writing, he wasn't getting recognized. He wasn't getting the applaud, the accolades he should get.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, this happens to us in life when you
Mm-hmm.
know I'm good at this, I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
so well in this thing, and
Mm-hmm.
people are not recognizing me.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's a phase of life. You are going through that process.
And that's one of the qualities of human, right? So at some point, all of those drove him into depression, and he was really, really down, like down. He was doing drugs at all, and suddenly,
A
a publisher,
publisher, yeah,
right, took an interest in
chasing
him,
him
and
when he least expected.
expected when he least expected. So this is one of the most so one of the takes I could pick up from this
Our
book.
breakthrough comes when we
When we
don't.
least expect.
Yeah, but you just have to keep doing what you are doing, being in people's face. And this is what happens in social media.
Right.
When you are good at something, that does not mean that you should stop what you are doing.
Mhm.
Consistency
Key.
and it's crazy, it's not
Yeah,
easy, and
yeah.
we just have to keep doing
You
it.
just have to keep doing it. Okay, so back to Charles. Imagine when the success came and he doesn't have any materials, he doesn't have anything that he has written.
He was not ready for the next level he was supposed to go into.
Right.
Yeah.
So then suddenly the publisher that took interest in him did a great job. His work was everywhere. He
got
got
recognized.
recognized.
Oblo
Like
yeah.
it was everywhere. He was selling millions of
He was
books.
himself after
But
all.
yeah, but at the end of the day, all of this didn't matter to him. It was a part of him
Was
wasn't
still not
fulfilled
yes
enough.
satisfied.
Wasn't satisfied
So
enough.
humans' needs are insatiable. When we get something, we are moving on to the next. But there was a time we're really praying and digging and putting all effort in that particular thing. When we get it, we are moving on to the next. But for some people, yeah, they will still be happy that I'm doing this. I'm in the limelight and I'm putting so much effort. But for Charles, it wasn't really. I feel he wanted more. Okay, it feels like there's more in him to give, and I don't know. I still can't get that point because you like antique cars.
Yeah.
For
Imagine.
So does it mean when you get the antique cars, you want other cars?
If I get 1968, I want 1958. Better one. That's life. I want more. I crave for more things in
That's
life.
for all human beings.
Yeah.
And
Title, don't try.
yeah.
I want to try and apply it to Charles, right? After his success, he was still himself. He would still go to local places and sign endorsements and sign books.
It didn't change.
It didn't change. He felt he was still a deadbeat, and all of those contributed to his success, to his next book and the next book and his next book. His realness was
still there. Unlike some
still
people,
there.
when they get into the limelight, they are not accessible. They change who they are.
Yeah, that wasn't his case.
So should we talk about it sort of 1, 2, and 3? Because I feel that that's really interesting. And sort of what says not giving FUCK doesn't mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being different. So it means that I think that's what Charles did
Yeah.
when he got into the limelight. It was
Comfortable to it.
with who he is, and it's going to be feel it's I feel it's going to be it will feel weird to some people, like you have the money, you have this, like
Why you not doing
buga, you
things? Why
should,
you not doing things
yeah,
that rich people
people
do?
do, yeah, but you still go to the local
Yeah.
pubs and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel. And another thing for 32, so they to not give fuck about adversity, you must first give fuck about something more important.
Yeah.
So it depends, like what do you give so much meaning to, what's important to you. And when you focus on what is important to you, every other thing doesn't really
What
matter.
matter? Yeah. 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 That happens a lot to a lot
Yeah,
of us. Yeah.
yeah.
We put our importance in things that doesn't even matter.
Like me, I get worried and it
Yeah,
be
you
like,
get worried a lot. You
you
get
can't
worried a
change
lot. You
this.
can't change it.
Like you should focus on what you
Can
can
change.
change.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Things you can change. Put
yes,
your focus. Leave the things you can't change alone. Put your focus. How are you going to fix it? How are you going to
we
change it?
put so those energy we are putting on things we can't change should be channel on
So
things
things
we can
you have
change.
control over.
Yeah, so true. I know. So, and the last topic is whether you realize it or not, you are always choosing what to give a fuck about.
Yeah.
That's true. Like when I say I
The
get
power
worried
belongs
about,
to you, basically.
yeah, so your happiness depends on
On
you.
you.
Either you want to be sad,
Mhm.
depends on you.
Depends on you.
So choose what you want to do.
Mhm.
Choose, because you can control it.
Yeah.
And the things you can't control,
Yeah.
you let it be.
Yeah.
And when you can't control it because it
Yeah.
will make you sad,
Yeah.
depressed and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree.
Totally
So
agree.
we should focus on the things that will make us happy,
Yeah.
the things we can control,
Mhm.
and bring the best out of you.
Mhm.
Don't focus on things that will not make you happy, and be consistent. If whatever you aim to get, be consistent at it. Don't give up, really. That is
Mhm.
what I would say. So in chapter 1, the most important thing for me is be yourself. Don't give up on yourself.
Mhm.
And keep being you, be consistent, and make yourself happy. It's very important, irrespective of whatever life throws at us, really.
Well, I totally agree with you. Don't focus your energy on things that you can't change. Put your energy in things you can change and be the best at it. You can't change traffic lights, but you can wake up early.